Hey there! I'm glad you're here. Ready to learn some pretty cool things? Let me know which ones you liked best in the comments afterward. Okay, let's do this. Got a stuffed up nose? Grab an onion or two. Yeah, really. Although there's no scientific consensus to support it, many believe onions, particularly white or yellow onions, can help clear a blocked nose due to their high sulfur content, which is thought to help thin and loosen mucus, making it easier to clear. Don't like onions? Well, maybe we'll give you another remedy idea in another video. Then again, probably not. By pure coincidence, the Sun is about 400 times the size of our Moon and about 400 times further away from Earth. It's why the Sun and the Moon appear to be the same size and why we experience total solar eclipses, where the Moon can completely block the Sun's disk. And who said astronomy wasn't interesting? Did you know the legendary figure Johnny Appleseed was a real person? His name was John Chapman, who established numerous apple orchards in the American Midwest. He began his work in the 1790s, moving west and planting apple seeds and seedlings to provide food and hard apple cider for settlers. While the legend often portrays him as a barefoot wanderer in ragged clothes, the real Johnny was a businessman with a passion for helping others. The oldest unopened bottle of wine was found in a Roman tomb in the town of Carmona in southern Spain. The urn containing the wine also held the cremated remains of 2 individuals, along with a golden ring, all of which were estimated to be around 2,000 years old. Researchers chemically analyzed the bottle's contents to confirm it was indeed wine, identifying key minerals and biomarkers. All humans who lived before the 1820s had never heard of dinosaurs. Specifically, it wasn't until then that scientists began to piece together the existence of these prehistoric giants. Dinosaur fossils had been found throughout history in various cultures, but people back then often attributed these fossils to legendary creatures like dragons or giants, or they didn't fully grasp their significance as remains of extinct life. All right, this one gets a little sciencey, but I'll keep it brief. Would you believe me if I told you that water can remain a liquid even below its freezing point? It can. When water is pure and completely undisturbed, it can be cooled well below its freezing point without any ice crystals forming. This phenomenon is called supercooling. For water to freeze, it needs a place for ice crystals to start forming with disturbances like shaking or the introduction of impurities. Either can suddenly trigger rapid freezing, transforming supercooled water into ice almost instantaneously. All right, and there you have it.
The popular musician David Bowie had 2 different colored eyes, a condition known as heterochromia. This was caused by a fight in his youth, which left one pupil permanently dilated. During the Victorian era, in the 19th century, women wore tightly laced corsets to achieve a slender hourglass figure. However, doing so often led to health issues like fainting spells, digestive problems, and even organ damage. The first commercial music compact disc pressed in the United States was Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA in 1984. This marked the beginning of the CD era in music. Early fitness trackers like the Fitbit and others were inspired by pedometers, devices that date back to Leonardo da Vinci, who sketched an early version to measure Roman soldiers' steps. Martin Luther King Jr.'s iconic "I Have a Dream" speech was not initially intended to include the famous "I Have a Dream" refrain. He improvised it on the spot. inspired by gospel singer Mahalia Jackson's encouragement to tell them about the dream. The reason men's and women's shirts button on opposite sides is historical. For men, buttons were placed for ease of access to their right hand in combat or riding, while for women, it was to make it easier for maids to dress them. How about that?
The phrase computer bug originates from a literal insect malfunction. No kidding. In 1947, Grace Hopper and her team at Harvard University discovered a moth stuck in a relay of the Mark II computer, causing it to malfunction. They taped the moth into the logbook, labeling it First Actual Case of Bug Being Found. This event solidified the term bug as a reference for errors in computer systems, leading to the term debugging for the process of fixing them. So next time your computer acts up, you can thank a little moth for its role in tech history. This next one gets a little sciencey, so hang with me. Did you know that the temperature at which a liquid boils isn't fixed? It actually depends on the surrounding atmospheric pressure. At sea level, where the atmospheric pressure is higher, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. But if you're on a mountaintop, where the pressure is lower, water boils at a lower temperature. Lower pressure means molecules need less energy to escape into the air, so they boil at a lower temperature. This is why you might notice your pasta taking longer to cook at high altitudes. Alrighty then. Next. Imagine a world where the only colors on your TV were shades of black and white. Hard to picture, right? Well, thanks to the genius of a Mexican inventor, Guillermo González Camarena was a man well ahead of his time. In 1940, González Camarena invented a revolutionary color television system. It was known as the trichromatic sequential field system and was a breakthrough that allowed televisions to display images in color rather than black and white. His work paved the way for future innovations in television technology that we know today. And speaking of Mexican history, do you know why we celebrate the 5th of May or Cinco de Mayo? Interestingly, many don't. It commemorates the Battle of Puebla, fought on May 5, 1862, and marks the unlikely victory of the Mexican army over French forces. But here's the twist. While it's a significant day in Mexican history, Cinco de Mayo is actually celebrated more in the United States than in Mexico. Why? In the U.S., more so than anywhere else, it has evolved into a grand celebration of Mexican culture and heritage, especially among Mexican-American communities. In the sands of Egypt, 1922 marked a momentous discovery: the unearthing of King Tutankhamun's tomb by archaeologist Howard Carter and his team. But this historic find soon became shrouded in mystery and fear. The untimely deaths of several expedition members shortly after the discovery fueled rumors, with many believing that disturbing the young pharaoh's resting place had unleashed a terrible curse. While there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of a supernatural curse, some scientists propose that the deaths could have been linked to exposure to various toxins within the tomb. Did you know that France is the country with the most time zones in the world? Yep, you heard it right. France spans an incredible 12 time zones. Yes, 12. While mainland France is in Central European time, the country also includes several overseas regions and territories scattered across the globe. From the Caribbean islands like Guadeloupe and Martinique to the Pacific gems of French Polynesia and New Caledonia, each territory operates in its local time zone. How about that? So, what did you think? Pretty awesome stuff, right? We love putting all these facts and content together for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.